Anyway. Okay, so next week I believe we should have time to finish self-test problems, and then 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. But you really need to pay attention to questions 16 and 19, okay? You want to make sure that you are able to complete the whole table, okay? You want to complete the whole table. So, 庄博超, what do I mean by table?
表格.
Exactly. Great. Okay, good. Very good. So, how much time do we have? We still have 15 minutes. We still have 15 minutes. So let us discuss question 1. Okay, question 1. So question 1 says a firm purchases capital and labor at fixed input. Okay, fixed input. Okay, fixed input. R equals to 5, W equals to 10, okay? And so with the firm's current input mix, the marginal product, so NPK is equal to 10, NPL is also equal to 10. Okay. Question 1, he said, use an iso-cost graph. Show the firm's current input combination. Well, it's a little bit awkward to do this because it could be something like this. So anyway, let us check the cost, right? The cost is W times L plus 10. Sorry. Yeah. R times K, right? The formula is like this. And now we plug in. So it's 10L plus 5 times K. Okay? So you have here it is L, here it is K. Okay? So the price of this, it is 10. So what is the slope? The slope is negative R, W over R, right? So it's negative 10 over 5. So it's negative 2. Anyway, so let me check. Something like this. Okay, so this is the ISO cost. Okay, this is ISO cost. But at this point, we don't have any information about, what's the shape of ISO quant. Okay, but let me ask you this question here. So question 1, right? If the production information of a firm is like this, okay, and if you are a rational producer, okay, so which product you're going to use? Which input you're going to use? So you have NPK is equals to 10, right? And NPL equals to 10. And you have the price of capital is equal to 5. And the price of labor equal to 10. So in terms of the inputs, which one are you going to use? If this is all the information you have, okay, you want to choose which factor to use. You want to choose labor or use capital? Capital. Why? Exactly. okay? Because what you get out of it, you spend money, right? To get out of labor, that's 10. Out of capital, that's also 10, right? But what is the price? This one is 1/2, right? If you get the same thing, and capital only costs 1/2 of labor, so what we use? Use capital, okay? Good. So, question A, isoquant show the firm's current input combination. So it's isoquant. Isoquant will be, here the slope is higher, right? Here the slope is higher. But for the isoquant, it should be flattened. But anyway, because I'm not sure if this is constant, okay? Suppose this is constant. If we draw something like this, what does that mean? That means the MRTS is variable, okay? Here it is higher, here is lower, okay? But the information gave us, it sounds like it's constant. So what would you do? You would use something like this, okay? So what you have? The solution will be here because you will use all capital and no labor, okay? Okay, so let's finish question 1 and 2. 2 says, could this firm be in a short-run cost minimization equilibrium? Basically means that, does the firm get the optimal solution? The answer probably is no, right? If he want to get a better solution, he may have to change the way he produces, okay? For example, at this point, what should the firm do? He will use all capital and no labor, okay? So question 3, C, could it be in the long-run cost minimization equilibrium? If not, what should it do to achieve one? Explain carefully. So again, we talk about adjustment, right? This is not a good solution in the short run. And in the long run, the adjustment is to get rid of all the labor and use more capital. But of course, any machine needs a person to take care of, right? So, there will be a lot more adjustment there, not just, as we say, it just use capital and no labor. Because realistically, it's not possible. Because any machine has to be taken care of by a human being. Okay, question 4. Suppose the price of capital increases to 10. What happens to the output expansion path? So the price of labor, the price of capital increased to 10. What does that mean? Okay, because we say at this point, okay, the output from capital and labor, marginal product is the same, right? So if the wage rate is equal to 10 and the price of capital is equal to 5, at this point, of course, what will you do? Just like Suellen said, you should use more capital, right? But if you use more capital, you have more demand for capital. What happened to the price of capital? Price of capital will go up, right? And at this point, what would you do? It will be equilibrium, right? So the price of, then in this case, it will be MPK divided by R will be equal to MPK divided by W, right? So when the capital price increases to 10, so what you get? This will be long-run equilibrium, right? Because here is 10, here is 10, here is 10, here is also 10, right? Okay? So, the adjustment in your production and the adjustment in your input can push you forward to the long-term equilibrium. Okay, so we're dealing with question D. Okay, question E. Assume capital is fixed output. Okay, when the cost of capital R increases from 5 to 10, what happens to the short-run marginal cost curve? And what happens to the short-run average cost curve? It's not that easy to draw it, but basically that means what? Cost will go up. Okay, cost will go up. if I'm going to draw, I will draw something like this. Okay? So let us say this is average cost curve, right? This is marginal cost curve. Okay? And we have price of capital goes up. So probably, okay, it will look something like this. And of course the production level will go down. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, see you next week.